So with the end of the year coming to a close and 2023 on our horizons, Grand Summoners has released a multitude of events. I mean a ton. From new main story to raids to even returning events like the Rags event. Which, let me just say, having this much content in the game is a nice change of pace considering that we don't usually get a lot of stuff happening all at once like this too often. But what if I told you that these events that are currently happening in the game have brought back some insanely good equips that you should probably pick up. These are equips that people always ask me, OP, how do I get them? So in today's video, that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to be telling you what events you should be farming and what equips you need to get during this limited time period. Ladies and gentlemen, strap in, strap up, and if you enjoy this video, hey man, hit the like button. Definitely helps out a lot. So first and foremost, you guys may have noticed a big tab on your home screen, which is the raids. For all my new peeps out there, if you don't know what raids are, pretty much huge bosses with giant HP pools, which means you need a lot of players to take them out. This is not a solo type of quest, at least not in the beginning. You'll be able to find tons of players doing different types of raids, and all of them are worth doing because they give you tons of crystals and a bunch of other rewards. But some raids drop specific equips that are insanely good. One of those raids include the AUG raid. Upon beating the AUG raid, you have a chance to obtain a 5-star physical, which is known as Cursed Light Sword. It increases your own arc gauge by 5 whenever you use it, and its passive gives you 10% crit rate and 10% crit damage, which is whatever, but this thing's on a super low cooldown at 10 seconds, and it has 500 in all stats. This is by no means the best Archgen item in the entire game, but when starting out in the game, whenever you don't have a lot of different Archgen options, Cursed Light Sword is one of the best ones. It's free to obtain for everybody. Only thing you have to do, like I mentioned, is just beat the AUG raid and it has a chance to drop. And I'm telling you right now, even though it's only 5 Archgen, if you've been struggling with Archgen or struggling with longer forms of content and it feels like you just aren't getting arts fast enough, get this item. It's a game changer. Also, if you want to know how many you should farm and max out if possible, which of course, you know, this is a huge time sink if you want to do it, I recommend at least getting 3, but I think you would be vibing if you at least had 2. Another raid that's actually happening today, so you guys kind of got to get in there and do it right now if you're watching this video, which is actually Agnophobos, or for short, Agno. Agno is a pretty difficult raid, but if you're able to clear it and beat it, which you should be able to most of the time if people are joining in, you'll be able to obtain a 5-star heal known as Demonic Wicked Globe. This thing gives you a percentage HP buff, plus you also get heal over time, which is insanely valuable. Of course, this thing will be added to best if you're able to max it out, meaning max LB plus max level. Another thing to mention too about these equips that have max HP up and stuff like that, this actually acts as a pseudo burst heal on top of the overtime heal that already provides. Since whenever you increase stats in GS, especially HP, most of the time it will also increase your current HP as well. Either way, I'm gonna try to get this video out today so you guys can go ahead and jump on it. I'm telling you, get yourself in the raids, make sure you farm this, you're not gonna regret it. And that's pretty much it as far as the raids go. I do highly recommend that you farm at least all these raids and try to get the defeat rewards and also obtain the equips if you can, but definitely prioritize Agno and AUG. Another boss that has a pretty solid equip that I would say is more so a runner-up would be Redacne, which she actually drops a 5-star support. The Insect Goddess Necklace is an overtime Archgen item plus an accuracy rate buff. This is a pretty solid AoE Archgen item for just starting out in the game until you are able to get more powerful AoE Archgen items later on down the line. And by the way, if you do plan on farming the necklace, just like a Demonic Wicked Globe, you only need one of these. But these are the only equips that should be on your radar at the moment, ladies and gentlemen. Another event that you should definitely have your eyes on is the Rags event. Now, the Rags event isn't out at the time you're recording this video. It will be coming out on January 1st. But when it drops, it brings back some pretty good equips from the Rags event. Stuff like Gem of Rags, one of the better items in the game, just for a solid damage buff for the entire team. Used a lot in nukes, so if you want to get into nuking, definitely make sure you pick this up. But the one that I really want you guys to look out for is known as Type 0. Type 0 is a 5-star support that is able to give your team 50 arc gauge instantaneously, and it also increases everyone's damage by 15% for the first 30 seconds of a quest. This equip is absolutely insane, and you can use this equip in a few different settings, but the main way and the most optimal way to use it is to start nuking with it. You'll see this a lot in a lot of nuke teams if you watch videos on my channel, or if you watch other Grand Summoners videos, you will always see a Type 0 probably somewhere, just because the 50 arc gauge is insanely valuable to a lot of nuke teams, since we're not actually having Archgeners on our team a lot of the times. We're having characters that just buff up tons of damage, which means that if Type 0 wasn't in the game, it would make nuking extremely difficult. Since Type 0 is in the game, it makes it pretty easy, provided you have the right units and equips. So yeah, I cannot recommend this enough. Type 0 is literally a triple S tier equip, one of the best equips in the entire game for nuking. How many do I recommend you farm? Me, myself, I have 3 maxed out, max LB. You don't need them to be max LB, by the way, because they're nuke equips, so you can just max level them if you want to, but if you want to max LB them, knock yourself out. But having 3 of them should be enough to provide for all of your Arch-Gen needs in your nuking teams. And that pretty much does it for all the events right now and all the equips that you should be farming. Another runner-up event that I kind of recommend a little bit would be the story event, because the story event does actually drop Skylight Replica, which Skylight Replica gives you 35 art gauge instantaneously if your HP is above 85% or more, and it's also a 5-star magic. The only thing about Skylight Replica that kind of makes it like a little bit whatever is the fact that it's competing with another 5-star magic which is known as Alma's Hat. It pretty much does the exact same thing as Skylight, and it also offers a little bit more damage since it does give you the passive magic damage buff as well. But hey, I mean, more than likely you're going to be doing the story anyway, so if you wind up getting Skylight, might as well max it out and use it for a little bit till you can get the Alma's Hat later on. But ladies and gentlemen, that is it for this video. Of course, if you guys want to share some equips that you think that people should be farming right now that may be a limited time thing, please by all means put it down below in the comment section. Every little bit of it will help out the peeps. But thank you all for coming out. It's been your boy P. Make sure you get in there and farm this stuff. All this stuff is very limited time, so you don't want to miss out on any of it. Also, thank you guys for all the support recently, all the likes, all the comments. Love you guys so much. Can't thank you all enough. Also, if you enjoyed this video, I highly recommend you check out either one of the videos popping on the screen right now. Great content, guarantee you'll love them. And oh yeah, before you leave, don't forget to drink water.